I'm going to give some of this blame to the hip hop community.
Right.
Because I've seen hip hop artists defend, and I've seen non-hip hop artists. So not only them, I've seen black people defend white people's or non-African people's usage of the N-word.
Well, this is where we have to.
And let me say this before you respond to that. I have a big problem with it, Nick, because no word in human history has been used so definitively and intently to disgrace and dehumanize an entire population like that N-word. And then, stay with me, Nick, I've seen white women come and try to argue that calling me Karen is equal to calling you the N-word.
We're not going to entertain that. That's silly.
I've had white women come and say calling me the snow bunny is equivalent to calling you the N-word. No, it's not.
That's ridiculous.
And let me finish with this one line. And the reason it's not, one of the reasons, is the N-word was codified structurally by the U.S. government to dehumanize African people. Snow bunny, Karen, or any other word was never codified and backed up with the power of an entire government to dehumanize a people.
Now, let me offer this up. And obviously, we know this is going to go viral. We know this is going to create conversation. But let's call it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even respect the whole term, the N-word. Because first of all, if we're going to say it, let's just say it. But secondly, if you're going to say it, it's in words. And what we have to offer up, and we got to be real, because you're an orator, you're a linguist, you're one who knows that just and if a slight alteration, in a nuance in a term, you add a comma or something on something, and it's a completely different word in multiple languages. So the word nigger and the word nigga are two completely different words. Even if we want to say nigas, which is how it's written out in the term of Ethiopian, which means king, but I'm gonna only offer this, I only say that to say.
How are they different though? The nigga with the nigga.
So we know the word nigger with the hard R is created for
dehumanization purposes.
Exactly. Dehumanization, it is at this point been classified as a racial slur.
Absolutely.
Nigga, from as we know, it was broken down. Even if it started in that space, it actually doesn't come from the word nigger. It comes from the word as, and you can go back and even listen to it from even Dr. King's speeches, is the idea of Negro, who then in the slang terminology, they start to call them Negroes.
Okay.
So it went from Negro to Negroes to nigger. It didn't go from nigger to nigga. It sounds like that's what we did. But if you do the history, which I've actually done papers on this, we went from Negroes, which we embraced, which just meant black. And it went from Negroes to then in the Southern term, we start saying Negroes.
Okay.
And then we know this.
Let's
Negroes
assume that
this,
history
Negroes
is correct.
That. Even we've heard, like I said, in Dr. King's, Negroes. Instead of saying
Let's
Negroes.
assume that's correct.
And it's factual.
Stay with me.
And then we went to nigger, so there was never, that was not the same term as nigger, the dehumanizing term.
Let's assume your premise is correct.
Okay.
Do you think that our brothers on the street who call each other nigger are doing it because they understand that history? Or did they take the pejorative term that was used to disgrace their race, remix it, and use it? In other words, when our people use the N-I-double-G-A, they are borrowing the N-I-double-G-E-R. And they are simply modifying it for social purposes. The point that I'm making, Brother Nick, is I believe psychologically, it still carries the same stain of dishonor.
Okay. So, and then, because I don't, I'm just offering up.
In other words, if we have a guest speaker, and I say we got a nigga coming to the stage, is anybody expecting an attorney, a Nick Cannon, an engineer, an entrepreneur, a surgeon, a doctor, a psychologist, when you use the word N-I-double-G-A, do you really believe that anybody, black or white, expects the person attached to that title to be something that children can look up to. And if the answer is no, NIGGA is just as disgraceful as NIGGER. And I'm going to give some of this blame to the hip hop community.
Yeah. All right. That's interesting. Dr. Umar, man, been coming through, man. You know, I mean, I know he got a lot of other stuff going on, but good point. But Nick Cannon had an excellent point. Negro, if you don't such and such, my boy said, nigga came from Negro. Okay. How y'all feel, man? What y'all let me know in the comments how y'all feel. And they probably gonna suppress this anyway, because they don't want us talking about the N word anyway. I think it's over with. As far as the use of the word and being mad about somebody using it, that's over with. It's already a few white folks that I used it in work and rap, and it's gonna go. So it is what it is. Just don't be disrespectful.
Right.
Because
just don't be disrespectful. My bad. Like I am. I'm just disrespectful with Nick Cannon and Dr. Umar debate the usage of the word. All right, man. Keeping this thing moving on. What else we got for y'all, man? I know I just kind of went into a whole